Hello guys, welcome back to FNAF. Today, I made a poll asking you guys if you wanted me to make another Into Fit theory, or if you wanted me to react to most of the older Game 3 videos to see if they matched up with the newer FNAF timeline. We know that FNAF has changed a lot. It even switched studios like twice. Yeah, on the poll, you guys chose the latter option. So today, we're going to be reacting to the first 5 Game 3 theories and see if they match up with what lore we've cobbled together over the past couple months. I'm only going to be looking at the older videos because, yeah. Anyways, let's just get started with the first video. Alright, I just skipped past the little intro gaming section. And let's just get ready because we have an hour of videos to go through. Oh, it won't scroll down to the bottom. Well, we got an hour that we gotta go through. This video's from 9 years ago.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where fear is our middle name. Matthew.
Oh, yeah, I'll link the channel in the description. But I feel like everyone knows what Game Theory is, so
Fear Patrick. It's a very strange name. Okay, I'll admit it. I didn't give Five Nights at Freddy's enough credit when it first came out. A few jump scares from creatures that, aren't that scary. People over...
Can I just say that this background music is really scary?
Reacting
I think this is the Night 5 phone call.
It on YouTube. Meh, pass. But then when I asked you about it, you showed overwhelming.
Slenderman versus FNAF. Never played Slenderman. Never actually even watched any videos on it. To think about it, I haven't watched any videos on Iron Lung either. I think Markiplier's making a movie. I don't even know what the slightest thing about it is. I mean, I know it's a medical device. Does it have to do with that? I'm not sure. I've also never seen any videos with Doki Doki Literature Club or Hello Neighbor. Yeah, so maybe I should play Slenderman. I don't know. I heard it's pretty bad.
Support for an episode on the game on Twitter, so I began to dig a little deeper and deeper. And what I found was some of the most interesting storytelling, most intriguing mysteries, and most disturbing events I'd read about in a long time. Now, if you were just to play the game straight through 5 days, the story would actually come across as pretty superficial. You're the new night guard watching the security cameras at a Chuck E. Cheese-style restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. 4 animatronics roam the hall.
Isn't there 5? I don't know if you can get Golden Freddy on nights 1 through 5. Maybe it's a 6 and 7 Easter egg like in FNAF 2. I don't think so, though.
At night because the owners don't want their servos to lock up. Bad news is, you can't let them near you or else they'll kill you on the spot because you look like a naked endoskeleton. Ow, ow! Show them those circuits! Apparently, one of them bit someone back in 87, presumably.
Alright, first thing. Back then, people thought that Freddy did the bite of 87. Now, we of course know is Golden Freddy.
1987, and the past guard leaves you recorded phone messages to act as your tutorial. That is, as much as he could record before he got himself killed. And that's it. Stay 5 nights, collect your paycheck, done, game over, play something new. But playing it that way is doing the game a huge disservice, because that's not even scratching.
Oh yeah, also, I think there was a debate a couple years ago if Night 6 was canon to actual FNAF. I think it is. I don't know if the custom night is, though. I mean, it should be. I mean, because he gets fired at the custom night. What, would he just keep working there while doing FNAF 2?
The surface. If you're really observant, you start to unravel the layers of unsolved mysteries around this place. You find that there's a 5th animatronic.
Yeah.
That posters on the wall will change randomly. That news clippings appear and disappear.
I think because some people think they play as Michael in FNAF 1, so I think that maybe that it's crying child, oh, it's me. That's what that it's me might stand for. I'm not too sure. I don't think he plays Michael in FNAF 2. I really don't. At all. Not the Night 7 security guard, not the regular security guard. I just don't. I think he would have been too young. Like in 1983, he was like 14. I mean, cause like I feel like he was more like 13 actually. So like, and then 4 years, it's a minor. So I don't know. I don't think he.
Telling the dark secrets of this twisted place, putting it all.
What does that say? I got these newspaper Easter eggs before, but I was doing it, and it was after we beat FNAF 1. I remember I deleted I didn't delete it, but I didn't post it because it's kind of weird. I saw Chicken Ninja's video where he tried to beat FNAF without lights, and I tried to do it, but I couldn't make it past night 1 because like muscle memory kept kicking, and I pressed the light by accident. So yeah, but I found one of the newspapers as an Easter egg, and it was really surprising. I don't think it was this one. But it was the one where it was like, oh, 4 kids got stuffed in the suit.
Together, here's the rest of the story. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, once a popular restaurant, fell into hard times when 5 children went missing there after being lured to a back room by a man dressed in a character costume. Though a suspect...
This might be a little old, but you know, that's our motto. Be at least 5 years late to everything you do. Anyways, you guys remember when there was like rumors that 5 children went missing at Chuck E. Cheese? Wasn't that the times, you know? Even though it would have nothing to do with the animatronics, they're bolted to the ground. And they can't move their joints. So, you know. Oh yeah, I heard that they actually got rid of all the animatronics in Chuck E. Cheese's and they replaced it with like a dance floor or something.
Was caught and convicted, the bodies of the children were never recovered. The pizzeria was also threatened with
how does that picture have anything to do with FNAF?
shutdown due to sanitation complaints, as foul odors started to come from the animatronics. Blood.
Alright, next correction. People think that this was the FNAF 1 animatronics, but it's most likely that was the unwithered animatronics. Some people don't know this, but my profile picture isn't Bonnie. It's unwithered Bonnie.
And mucus oozing from their eyes.
Also, I really like this art style for the animatronics. I mean, they don't have their bow tie, but I like this, like, kind of, you know, the art style.
Mouths. The last article, written years after the incident.
I think this one might have been the one that I got. After a long struggle, yeah, this is the one I got. No, it's not the one I got. After a long struggle to stay in business after the tragedy that took place there many years ago, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has announced that it will close by year's end, despite a year-long... Wait a second. Oh, no, yeah, because it's FNAF 2. Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
States that the pizzeria would finally be closed by year end. In addition to the core 4 robots, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, and Foxy, there's also a 5th, unofficially referred to as Golden Freddy.
You know, in the files, it was originally called just Yellow Bear. It's kind of funny. Oh, yeah, unrelated to this game, but you sound cool. You know, Markiplier is one of the most famous FNAF YouTubers, and he took advantage of that. In his FNAF 3 playthrough, while he was, you know, the little static that comes up while you're playing FNAF 3, for some reason, it's kind of annoying. Anyways, well, it's really helpful if your video is disabled so you can know when he moves, but anyways. He literally put, like, a single frame of, like, Golden Freddy in, like, the flickering, and that literally made people think it was an Easter egg. He did the same with Security Breach Ruin.
Ignoring the rules of physics, Golden Freddy appears and disappears at will.
That's probably just... I think... Back when I was, when I made shorts about theories, you might have seen one of them, I said that it was based off hallucinations, because you're staying at up to 6 a.m. from at least 12 a.m., but that's implying that you literally wake up, get dressed, go to the pizzeria within 1 minute. So yeah, like, you're, like, at least, like, not sleeping for, like, 20 hours a day.
Inexplicably traveled through doors, wherever, causing...
Well... He might be behind you or, like, under the desk or something. He doesn't... The reason why he, like, sits down like that is because he doesn't have an endoskeleton. He can't move without the Ooh, I also made a theory about this back in... Like, now I make, like, theories in my long form, but back in my shorts theory era, I said that they just put him into suit mode so he wouldn't move.
Strange hallucinations, and when he attacks you, you're not taken to the typical game over screen. Your game crashes. So that's unsettling.
I think they fixed that. I don't know if it's just for the real in-game screen, like, jump scare, but in the custom night when I did it, my game doesn't crash. Maybe it's because the Android port, especially the newer Android port.
And there's also strange messages appearing on the walls, repeating the words, "It's me." According to the game's creator,
there is an explanation for the characters are haunted, but it's hidden within the game, and will take a careful observer to figure it out. Yo, imagine if there was a FNAF Easter egg that was so rare that no one has ever gotten it. And it was like a super big lore drop, like, oh, purple guy is actually all a dream. We'll get to that in a second when we get to FNAF 4. It's really annoying me that I can't fully scroll down on this FNAF 4 image.
The place is indeed haunted by what we can only assume to be the spirits of the 5 lost children. So that's the gist of it. Murder, missing children.
Oh, no correction. There's actually over 40 lost children. Not 5.
Loaders, killer robots.
I don't know if I explained this in my theory, but there was the originals, the classics, the unwithered second round. There's like at least 20 from the fun times, and there's the 11 missing children in security breach. There's the one that were planned to be killed, and there's also an extra one for Charlotte, and then there's the 2 other ones for Evan and Elizabeth, and then there's also Cassidy, and then there's and Andrew, and so yeah, he did it. Purple guy was working overtime for sure. Definitely working a bunch of overtime.
And pizza, but that story leaves a lot of lingering questions. Who is your character? How's he?
What do you mean? There's no questions. You get the paycheck at the end. His name's Mike Schmidt. Wait a second. I know this is his theory, but I have a theory of my own. In the movie, you don't play as... In the movie, the main character, he isn't Michael Afton, he's Mike Schmidt. So maybe people got mad when William Afton wasn't his father when they listed the casting, but I think this explains... Mike Schmidt and Michael Afton are not the same person. No, I hate that song.
Why does he stay for 5 nights when he's very clearly
5 Nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why did you stay for 5 nights?
confronting the possibility of death? What more can we know about this terrifying Golden Freddy? And most importantly, what is the complete story behind Five Nights at Freddy's? They're all good questions about a delightfully incomplete and mysterious story with just enough threads to keep you theorizing. So now...
Was that Kirby? Well, why was Kirby on the screen? Oh, no. I just realized all these have the green text. Very interesting.
If you'll indulge me, let me reciprocate that story with one of my own. I think you'll find it interesting. December 1990.
I'm actually going to skip past this part because it's a little dark. It's about a real life, Chuck E. Cheese incident. I just think it's a little dark. I don't think you guys... Like, if you really want to see it, just watch the actual video, but it's just a little too dark for me. I don't think I like it that much. I'm just going to skip to the actual theory. If it would... You guys could see that I'm tapping the play button. Not the diamond play...
Putting all of the clues together, what can this mean for the story of the game? I think the game is an allegory for that night back in 1993. Here's my final interpretation. You, Mike Schmidt, are the murderer, former employee of Freddy's Pizzeria, like Nathan. And in the real story, you were fired for the reasons stated in the Day 7 pink slip, tampering with the animatronics, being unprofessional, odor. Maybe it was your tampering with the...
Some people use the odor thing as a reason why this takes place after Sister Location, because at that time Mike was a rotting corpse, because he didn't have any organs. But anyways, I don't think that's true, because at that time, FNAF 1 was more of a funny game. Like, it wasn't, like, funny, but it was more of a jokey game, you know? I think that was just a funny joke at the
Boss
end.
that caused the infamous bite of 87. Regardless, like Nathan, you were mad and wanted to get even. So you lured children to the back using a costume, killed them, stuffed their body.
This one is suggesting that you play as Purple Guy. Now, I don't really blame them, because, like, you can't just, you gotta give them some slack, these older theories from, like, 9 years ago, literally, because you didn't have much to work off. They're, like, the only thing you could do is, like, the murderer, like, there was only a few options for who the murderer was. It was you or the phone guy, so there wasn't really, we'll touch up on the latter part in the next video.
These into the animatronic.
Well, no, it's gonna be in the same video, but his next video, the same video for us. I'm only gonna do these 4, then tomorrow we'll do the undeniably canon FNAF timeline.
Suits, hoping to get the place shut down, then left. Notice that the newspaper clippings never say it's an employee of the company luring the children away, but we know it must have been someone with access and knowledge of the employees-only section of the building. And as the newspaper clippings clearly show, just like Nathan, you were caught almost immediately, captured on the security footage. You were arrested.
It's very strange, because you can't rewind the security footage. It's more of, like, a live feed than an actual, like, capture stuff. That would actually be a really cool mechanic. So, like, if you could rewind it. So, like, what if the animatronics move and you can't see them? You have to rewind it to see where they went. That'd actually be a really cool mechanic. A little too complex for FNAF 1. I know, but I'm just saying it'd be nice. Maybe for FNAF in real time.
Tried and
I do want to play FNAF in real time when the PC gets set up. That's on my bucket list of FNAF games to play once the PC gets set up, because after we beat Into the Pit, I'm just realizing how much we have to do. We gotta do Into the Pit, Help Wanted 2, Help Wanted 1, Security Breach Ruin. There's probably gonna be another game that comes out. Secrets of the Mimic is probably gonna be out by then. Then we gotta do fan games. We gotta do Five Nights at Kenny's, Five Nights at Kenny's 2, Five Nights at Kenny's 3, Five Nights at Kenny's 4, probably gonna be out by then. Pop Goes, My Pop Goes, other Pop Goes games. Joy Creation, FNAF Plus, FNAF in Real Time. Juniors. Oh no, there's so much to do. And I guess it's better having a lot to do than nothing to do. You'd rather have a flood than a drought. Wait, actually, no, that's probably not.
Forced now to live on death row. The Freddy's Pizzeria you work in now are just the nightmares that haunt you.
This does kind of fit with UCM, where, like, it's like a big nightmare and you can't die ever. But I don't think Will Maft was on death row. No, actually, it could align with the Man in Rune Trilogy book. But those aren't, like, exactly connected. And also, he wasn't on death row in that game. He was in the hospital. Because he was literally a rotting corpse.
Haunting you every night with the phrase, "It's me. It's me. It is you. You are the killer." The nightmare is also why everything is so surreal. Posters switching at random, heads on the animatronics glitching, Golden Freddy appearing and disappearing at will, taunting you as the one that got away. It's also...
I thought he was gonna say the one you shouldn't have killed. I placed 2 on UCN. Or maybe it's just because I saw Golden Freddy.
You're only at the pizzeria from midnight to 6 a.m. every night. It's a nightmare. It's in your sleep. It's a place you created. A restaurant long closed, as evidenced by the spider webs. And overrun with angry spirits out from...
I think it was already on its way out. I think that's why the spider webs were there. Because the rest of the building is like well kept enough, Like, you'd think the animatronics would be more in disarray if that happened,
For revenge on you, and you alone as the one who took...
Like I said before, this background audio, do you guys hear that? The background audio, not him, but the background audio, that sounds so scary. It's like a twisted, like, reversed version of the Night 5 phone call, which is already weird, which is a reversed version sped up of an autobiography from, like, Silence of the Lambs or something.
Their lives. as evidenced by them completely ignoring the naked endoskeleton.
I think he seems chill. I think he's chill. Some people want to say that that is Golden Freddy's endoskeleton, but it's clearly not a spring-lock suit. And also, spring-lock suits don't have a skeleton. What a spring-lock suit does is it pulls back all of the parts with springs. You know. Wait. If you guys saw my Into the Pit theory video, one of the newer ones, you know that this guy's the original. This guy's the original. You know, this guy's a fraud. Well, that's not really... Here, you see the door? The guy outside the door is the fraud on the stage.
Elsewhere in the building. It's also a place you can't escape from. Why you find yourself back there night after night, even after you complete your 5 nights. See you back next week, the ending text goes. You're unable to leave this terror, the threat of death, the guilt, because it never ends. And in a delightfully ironic twist, your personal hell forces you to supervise the exact same security footage that led to your capture in the first place. But hey, that's just a theory.
What does the fox say? Alright. It's time for the next video. This one, I feel like this one doesn't really count, to be honest, because it's more of like, just like a starter. I think this is where the actual theories start here. Like, give me a second. I want to see how long we've been recording. Alright, well, 20 minutes in, going strong. Watch the second episode. You know, I was really sad because Phone Guy wasn't in Sister Location or FNAF 6 or pretty much every game. I know he's in Into the Pit, but that's not the same. Like, it's not Scott Cawthon. It's just like a random guy, and he always talks to you weird. He talks to you like you're dumb or something. And he doesn't even give real advice. Like, sure, Phone Guy, like he's very, very. He tries to downplay the situation by saying that you're fine, but at least he tells you what to do. The newer Phone Guy's just like, hey, these animatronics will kill you, but don't worry, it's okay. All right, goodbye. Newer Phone Guy's useless. Hashtag not my phone guy. Also, he does get a really, really small cameo in FNAF 4. It's just a reversed sound of his FNAF 1 night 1 phone call, so it doesn't really count. But listen, I'm so mad because in this location, there was a perfect opportunity to put him on night 2 when you want to select a voice. You don't even have to make it the main voice. Just put in like an Easter egg where you can get his voice. Like maybe like if you type like on the keypad like 1993, which is when FNAF 1 takes place, maybe you can get the Phone Guy voice. And it would have been so good. Oh, and even if he had, like, specific voice lines, it would have messed up the lore so bad that it would have been so good. So good.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video. I'm here to answer any questions the game may have left unanswered. The game's developer, he's a pretty tricky guy. Don't worry, though. We'll get everything cleared up. Oh, and, watch out for the puppet.
Alright, well... Watch out for the puppet. Some people think that Phone Guy is Purple Guy, which we'll figure out in this episode. Also, you might be saying, how do I know that? Come on, we've all watched Game 3 before. Don't act like you haven't watched this video like 20 times. Anyways. I don't think that's... it actually might be likely, because how would he get on the phone in FNAF 4, the little blue phone? Because usually you can put audio in them, but you can't, like, make actual calls across the country. Like, you have to, like, press a button and then record it. So I don't really know why Phone Guy would be in your house. So he would have to... It would actually be most likely that it was Purple Guy. You don't know. The newer Phone Guy is Purple Guy. Regular Phone Guy wouldn't do that. You know, in FNAF, when we were playing FNAF 2, it was a joke where at the whenever Fungi would start talking, I'm like, oh, shut up, Fungi, then mute him. But, you know, I've come to appreciate him, because you would have no clue what to do.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that promises not to include any more gratuitous jump scares, unless that's just what I want you to think, so I can lull you into a false sense of security and scare you again. But
Hey guys, I've seen this video before. Trust me, there's not another jump scare. Unless that's just what I'm telling you to think. Maybe there is, and maybe someone is reacting to this video and is going to tell you that they saw the video and there's no jump scares, but there's actually going to be a jump scare soon.
I wouldn't do that. I'll just let the uncertainty of whether a jump scare is going to happen or not drive you insane for the rest of this episode.
I'm just repeating what he's saying.
Man, I love reverse psychology. You know what
Does that count? The Golden Freddy thing?
else I love? These games! Not because I'm freaked out by the rosy-cheeked, tingle-looking, emotionally dead animatronics. Okay, well, Balloon Kid is pretty messed up, but whatever. No,
Okay, please put an epilepsy warning. Like, I don't have epilepsy, but that hurt. That literally hurt seeing that. My eyes feel hard now.
I appreciate about these games is the level of thought that went into every element of the story. When you create a game that has people rage debating about whether it's a sequel or a prequel, you...
Trust me, it's a sequel. Unless it's not. Unless Into the Pit wants to completely change the entirety of everything that we know about the lore again, we'll let it do that. Like, we had everything figured out until Into the Pit came in and ruined it all. Like, I haven't actually watched any newer game theory videos. Like, I swear, I haven't watched any newer game theory videos, like, for, like, an entire month. So, I don't know what's going on over there, if they're, haven't figured out. But over here on the Dominic fnaf channel, nothing is working. Everything is falling apart.
Definitely done something right. Unless that was never your intent, in which case you've done something horribly, horribly wrong. Anyway, the point is, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 looks to be everything you'd want in a sequel. More cameras, more danger, and more...
Guys, remember the Bonnie song? I think it's one of the only FNAF songs that was forgotten. Just completely forgotten. Like, there might be a few people who still listen to it, like, occasionally, but let me ask you, how many times a day do you listen to the Bonnie song? No, with Red Glow. The thing is, you could, like, not listen to a FNAF song for years, and then you'd still have it completely memorized. Now, with red glowing eyes, I'll be your demise, and my endoskeleton is eyes. My replacement is new. It's got the latest pick too. All I have is my guitar. Now let me play a song for you. Na 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 na. Also, how does he play guitar with only one hand? His ears.
fan. Oh, the fan. But that also comes with...
Spoiler, the fan is in every game. FNAF 1, there is a fan. FNAF 2, there is a fan. FNAF 3, there is a fan. Metal, don't get hurt. That's a direct quote from Phone Dude. FNAF 4, there is a pan. It's a toy pan, but don't worry, it is still a pan. In FNAF sister location, there is a pen. It might be a secret pen, but it's still a secret pen. FNAF 6, there is an unlockable pen that you can get. It might be a standing unlockable pen, but it is still a pen.
More questions about the game's lore. And while others will provide you with the jump scares, I provide you with what everyone really wants, answers. Well, maybe not everyone. What an elite...
Was that 50,000 views?
educated subset of you really want answers. So grab yourselves a slice of Freddy Fazbear's signature pizza, because we're about...
Recycled.
to dig in. Ugh. Tastes like cardboard.
I legitimately thought he was going to say recycled, and I was going, what? Yeah, cardboard, you know.
Get the big one out of the way first. Is the game a sequel or a prequel sequel? And what I mean by that is, contrary to popular belief, just because it has a big 2 slapped next to the name doesn't automatically mean the game comes after the first one in a timeline sense. It's a sequel, yes, but it tells a prequel story. Take, for instance, these all-time classics.
Classic Star Wars idea to literally put the movies directed out of order. Imagine if every minute of the movie was out of order. Like, you get some of the, I don't know any of the names, you know, I can't really be talking.
Psycho 4, The Beginning, Lion King 1.5, and the act.
You know, I haven't seen Lion King 2, but I've seen Lion King 1.5. It's honestly not that, it's honestly not all it's cracked up to be. It's literally mostly just reused clips from the first movie, just like in a different angle. You know everything that's gonna happen. It's like a behind the scenes clip. It's like that. It's like behind the scenes.
All-time classic, Godfather Part 2. All of them sequels that just so happen to also be prequels. It's not mutually exclusive. So where's Five Nights at Freddy's 2 fit in? Knowing its place in the timeline is crucial for understanding its story. Well, to figure that out,
we might be able to get in our correction depending on what he says here.
Let's focus on the paycheck you receive at the end of your 5th night. The date places the events of the game in 1987, a whole 6 years ahead.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, true. Oh, no. No, Enter the Pit Theory doesn't make sense. How would the Pet Video 7 be in 1987 if FNAF 2 was also in 1987? Ah, no. No. Ah. I can fix this. Wait, we don't need, okay, we don't need to be doing it now. That's for later. That's for Wednesday's episode. That's not for now. That's for later. That, like, a pack of now and laters. No, I don't like now and laters. I hate, no. Okay, we can fix this, but we'll fix it later. Now we just gotta watch the theories and see if they match up with current lore. That's what we gotta do. Don't worry about the Into the Pit timeline. All it does is stresses you out. Should I start meditating?
When we determined the first game took place in our first video. It sounds like a prequel, but we found that date in the first game by calculating Mike Schmidt's hourly pay and comparing that to the minimum wage of the 90s. If Scott Coffin, the game's developer, is just picking random numbers for the...
I think FNAF is still good. I said I've come around to Secure Bridge. I haven't played it before, but I think I like it. But I think real FNAF kind of ended when Scott Cawthon left. And also, I looked it up. Apparently, people literally bullied him out of being... That's sad, guys. Do you want to let someone have an opinion? Anyways, I think FNAF did kind of start overstaying his welcome in 2018. Like, FNAF 6 really should have been the end. Like, I don't think UCN needed to happen, but I'm still glad FNAF's going. I wouldn't wish that it stopped, you know? Like, I think new FNAF is still good. I think it took like a very, very gentle decline in quality.
This bit of evidence would be meaningless, except that he's not. At the end of Five Nights 2, you get paid $100.50. Divide that by the 30 hours worked, and you get $3.35 an hour, the exact minimum wage for 1987. Which means that us using minimum wage calculations to identify the year of
How would you know where it takes place? I know that we now know that it takes place in Utah. How would they know that back then? I wonder if they just pick a random state. Only in Ohio. That meme's so old. That's just what we do here. We just take old memes and recycle them. Remember in my old videos when I used to say Bing Chilling from like the John Cena ice cream meme? Where's Utah? Okay, Washington, not Utah. Montana, not Utah. Not Utah. What? New Jersey's not marked? Where's New Jersey's name? Huh? Why are they disrespecting God. You could, yeah. Man, stop disrespecting New Jersey and Rhode Island, man. They need some respect. Bruh, you could have put the name there. You could just put the initials like New York. What's the disrespect for the peninsula?
Five Nights 1 is a perfectly valid way to prove it and shows that it takes place after the events of Five Nights 2. Still don't believe.
Oh, dude, please add epilepsy warnings. Like, I get that, like, FNAF has, like, jump scares and, like, flashing lights, but you could have at least put an epilepsy warning, dude.
Players brave enough to survive the extra night 6 are rewarded with a bonus check and a newspaper clipping that says the toy robots.
You guys know earlier when I told you that there might be a jump scare later in the video, that's the jump scare.
Getting scrapped, and that the old ones are going into storage for a
You guys probably thought you were safe by now.
new, smaller
You guys probably forgot about it.
scale version of the restaurant. That would explain why the old models reappear in Five Nights 1 and the toy models don't. And notice how it mentions a smaller version of the restaurant. The building in Five Nights 1 is significantly smaller than the setting of Five Nights 2.
I don't know, man. Like an overall, like, size? Might just be a placebo. Because, like, the middle is bigger, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, the entire, like, middle of the building is the size of the dining room. I don't think...
Need more evidence? What about the fact that on the first night in the office, the phone guy explains that the robots used to walk around during the day just like they do in Five Nights 2, but not anymore? Or the fact that phone guy dies in the first game, making it hard for him to
Yeah, well, he also died in the first game, but he was in the third game, which is significantly after. Over 30 years later. Follow me, and you'll see. Follow, 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 follow. But the truth is hard to swallow. Follow me, and you'll see. Follow, 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 follow. Follow me, see you nightmare in action.
also be the phone guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 if it takes place after. Call me the Phantom Menace, cause every way to Sunday, this game is a prequel. So with that revelation out of the way, we're able to piece together the rest of the timeline and dig a little bit deeper. Posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 welcome you to this new location, implying that there was another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza somewhere before this one. Additionally, the phone guy makes reference to it on night 1, mentioning the old location and how it was left to rot. So we know that there was one Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for the first game, one for the second.
You asked me, I think the old location was actually Fredbear Family Diner. Wait. Yo, hey, yo. Wait, I just wrote something. When Phone Guy says that the name is Fredbear Family Diner, he said, Fredbear's Family Diner or something like that. What if that's not the name? What if it's like Bonnie's Family Diner or something? We just wouldn't know because Phone Guy forgot. That's literally our only source. That's our only source. Oh, no.
Game, and one that came before both of them that we've never seen. But even before that, the phone guy also mentions an even older restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner, which, aside from its confusingly different name, also had different owners. So let me recap. There's the restaurant from the first game, which is the last in the timeline. The one that you're currently working at in 1987 in Five Nights 2, an older location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria left to rot, and the original Fredbear's Diner.
Here, and then we can do our first correction for this video. So, let's make sure we're recording, because if we're not, I'll have a mental breakdown, because we're so far, like, if we're on the, like, if the recording fails right now, I'll just make a part 2. There's no way I'm redoing this.
I hope you're still
Anyways,
with me, because this is...
So, I think this is generally correct. But with our new Into the Pit theories, I don't know, man. I don't really think that there's an older location. I think Fredbear Family Diner is the first.
More complicated than the Zelda timeline. Anyway, it's at this first location, The Diner, where the whole story begins. Submitted for the approval of the Game Theorists Society, this is the true tale of Five Nights at Freddy's. When you die in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, before you've even gotten over the jump scare, you sometimes get a
Oh, I thought it was gonna be about that one myth where it's like in the trailer where Foxy people think that he says freedom, so I think they get control, kind of like Sistocation, but you know, like with Ennard, and you know, but yeah, people think that like Foxy gets to control you, but the thing is, people don't realize that that's just a sped up version of like a Scream on online that you can just get, so. Doesn't make sense. Also, that's why people think, like, in the trailer, it also, like, when I was zooming up on Bonnie, it's sung that one old song, like, oh, London Bridge is falling down, falling down. People reversed that, and it was like, oh, Michael. People thought that sounded like Mike Kill All, but then you realize that it's a 100-year-old song. They didn't make it for FNAF. You can't just do that. You can't just reinvent the meaning. Yeah, people 100 years ago were thinking about FNAF. Reminds me of those one meme where like people look up FNAF, it says most recently sure it's like 1706, then it's like Napoleon playing FNAF.
This. Oh, turn it off, it's too horrifying. That, youngsters, was E.T. for the Atari, a console that came out before the NES. Yes, around the same time as the dinosaurs. It's widely considered to be the worst.
I have an NES in my room. I haven't played it in a while. But yeah, usually I just play Super Mario Bros. 1, and I only get through 1-1 and 1-2. Before then, I get to 1-3, the thing with the little tree semi-solids. Then I bonk Mario's head on the semi-solid and then fall into the pit. Anyways, into the bottomless pit. And then die 3 times. There is a glitch where if you hold down and like up, you get to restart. And there's also a glitch where you can play as Luigi in one player. Yeah, the coolest part of playing as Luigi isn't the controls, like the fact that you get a higher jump and like more slippery moving. The coolest fact of playing as Luigi is that you're playing as Luigi. How did we get to Mario? Let's go back. Oh yeah, I think you said NES. Okay, let's go back. Circle back. We got too far from the original point. Turn around. Go back. Eventually you'll start talking about Nintendo. Then you'll start talking about Sonic. Then come circle back to FNAF. Let's go.
Hence me reacting in a horrified manner. See? Humor, folks. But seriously, you get these disturbing death minigames which, true to the 1987 setting, use Atari-esque graphics to depict various horrific events. All the while, a creepy, robotic voice spells out, letter by letter, things like, help them, save them, or
in the 5 Laps of Freddy's trailer, you can hear that voice.
Save him. These
Also, I think that in the Save Him minigame, it's not Charlotte. Because Charlotte's a girl, we all know that, and it says Save Him. I think it's Andrew from the books.
Minigames are the most important piece.
I like how I'm just casually dropping crazy lore bombshells with no evidence and moving on. We'll get to it in our next Into the Pit theory, don't worry. It's only 2 videos from now.
In figuring out the true
well, not 2 of his videos, 2 of our videos.
Story behind these games. Let's start with this one. This death minigame has you playing as Freddy, taking cake to screaming children at a birthday party. As Freddy rushes around trying to keep the whole party happy, a single sad child looks on from outside, when suddenly you're powerless to do anything but look up.
Oh yeah, also, it's not Toy Freddy, because Toy Freddy has a red ribbon on his hat, so it can't be Charlotte, because Charlotte had the puppet save her, so yeah, it's not. Because if Freddy had a red ribbon, he would be Toy Freddy, which was when the puppet was there, but puppet was in the FNAF 1 location. So this was FNAF 1 location, which was in 1993, which means she would have been the last, which also matches up with the Help Wanted theory.
On an abject horror, as a purple man pulls out
Help Wanted 2, sorry.
Car, murders the child, and drives off. It's my belief, loyal theorists, that this game takes place at Fredbear's Diner, and is chronologically...
No. Alright, next correction. Fredbear is not brown. He is yellow. It's not Freddy, it's Golden Freddy, who's Fredbear. Debatable, but it's our only option right now.
The first event that we see in this this timeline.
Oh, never mind. Bring it back. Circle back. Remove it. It was just a funny little Easter egg.
How do I know? Well, it's a small establishment.
Wait, no. Bring it back. Bring back the correction. Golden Freddy didn't have a purple hat and purple tie. I know there was no way to know that because FNAF 3 wasn't here yet. But yeah, now. Or actually, FNAF 3, he had a brown hat and brown bow tie. Alright, FNAF 4. This one down here. This one. Alright, well, you know what? He couldn't know. So bring it back. I'm rambling. Let's just go on.
There's only one animatronic, Freddy, as opposed to all the other games which show other robots. But more importantly, this murder child is the one that sets everything into motion. One of the new tasks added to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is winding a mysterious music box that we're told placates one of the animatronics. If you fail to wind the music box, what you're introduced to is this terrifying thing. The puppet looks like No Face from Spirited Away. You know what else he looks like? Take a look at that murdered child.
Hey guys, can I ask you something real quick? Doesn't have anything to do with what's happening right now. Am I yapping? Can you actually let me know in the comments? Am I yapping right now? I might be. I think I was talking for like a straight 4 minutes, just saying, oh, bring it around. Yeah, I'm definitely yapping. I'll just let you guys watch the video for a bit.
See how his tear tracks remain visible on his face, even after he's dead? If we assume that they'll continue to stay with him into the afterlife, we can make a pretty good case that this kid's murdered spirit eventually found its way into the puppet animatronic. But that's not all. What jump scare happens after this Save Him minigame? After seeing this tear-stained child's murder reenacted in 8-bit, the puppet jumps out of the screen and attacks you. Coincidence? I don't think so. That incident marks the first time the chain is ever associated with a violent act carried out against a child, and we can infer that it was this incident that caused the original owners of Fredbear's Diner to sell off to the company now known as Fazbear Entertainment. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was senselessly murdered and left to haunt a crappy pizza place for the rest of my life in the body of an awful-looking clown doll, I'd want to get my revenge as soon as possible. Fortunately for our vengeful puppet, though, it doesn't quite turn out that way. Fast forward a few years to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the first location, the one that has yet to appear in a game. This new restaurant is the one we learned about in my earlier episode and throughout the first game, where our pal the murderer uses a golden Freddy suit to lure away and kill 5 children in the back room. As we read through the various articles on the wall, he gets caught the next day, but...
Give me a sec. Why won't it pause? Alright, well, my screen's really glitchy, so I didn't pause for a second. You also might have noticed that it stayed up in this little menu for really long. Anyways, so yeah, that's not true. It was a Golden Bonnie costume, not a Golden Freddy costume. To be fair, let's cut them some slack. They didn't know Golden Bonnie existed.
Suits. The restaurant stays open for a few months until the dead body stink starts to waft off the robots and causes the place to get shut down for health reasons. But how do we know this happened in the first pizzeria's location? Again, we turn to what the phone guy says. On night 2 of Five Nights 2, he mentions the smell coming from the old animatronics, the smell that got the original restaurant shut down. We also know that after the Golden Freddy incident, it took multiple months for the restaurant to get shut down. That couldn't have happened in the restaurant of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is shut down on night 6 and into the foreseeable future. But outside of these lore clues, it also makes logical sense. Before the Golden Freddy murders, there was one dead child whose tear-stained soul existed in the form of the puppet. But now there are 5 more dead children, and thanks to another of the death minigames, we find out exactly what happened to them. In the Help Them minigame, the puppet stuffs the dead children into the robotic suits, giving their souls new life, and preps them for their eternal...
Wait a second, Purple Guy didn't do it. The puppet did. I feel like this is happening all over again when we got this minigame in FNAF 2, and I was like, wait, the cupcake didn't give life to the children? What? This is impossible! Yeah. You guys remember when we used to think that the cupcake did everything? Those were the days, you know? Back when I used to say Bing Chilling as a meme, like every couple seconds. Like, oh yeah, we're Bing Chilling. Oh no, we're not Bing Chilling. I won't never be Bing Chilling. Yeah, and then also when I used to say on the go at the end of every episode, because up to night 5, I didn't die at all. And also when I used to curse my videos. Oh yeah, also, we used to back in FNAF 1, it's like, hey guys, this theory might be a little bit outlandish, but we'll have the cupcakes, the purple guy. Then we also brought that to like phone guy, the guy who controls the power, the animatronics, literally everything ever is just the cupcake.
Mission of vengeance. But Matt Pat, you say through your chattering teeth, there are only 4 dead children in that game. To which I tell you, look closer if you dare. For the frame right before Golden Freddy's head jumps out and attacks features the lost 5th dead child. And what started as a haunted puppet has suddenly become an army of possessed animatronics out for revenge. But wait, that's not all we know. We also know the murder was committed by the same guy who killed the first child. How? Look at the Foxy death minigame. Twice, Foxy runs out to meet the kids, but the 3rd time we see the tall purple man again, smiling. Foxy goes into the other room to find 5 dead children. The man in purple strikes again. Skip ahead to 1987, finally bringing us to the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The old animatronics have been retired. The cute new versions of all our favorite friends come equipped with facial recognition software that just so happens to be connected to a sex offender database.
I don't think it's sex offenders. I think it's a criminal database. Come on, man, this isn't Dormitibus, alright? It's FNAF.
It's like an oddly specific detail, right? Until you consider that the last restaurant was closed for having children get kidnapped and killed by an employee. It's a safety measure. You see how it all ties together? So you have some animatronics possessed by vengeful spirits and another batch on the prowl for predators. But that doesn't stop our friend the Purple Man from continuing his life's work of murdering children at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As we learn from the phone guy on nights 4 through 6, the new restaurant is once again under investigation as, well, I'll let him explain.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo?
Well, I think you would know if the place completely shut down.
The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits.
Wasn't the door locked?
We had a spare in the back, a yellow one.
You checked parts and service. There wasn't a yellow suit. There wasn't a golden Bonnie suit. Maybe it was Golden Freddy. Maybe it was Golden Freddy. Maybe Golden Bonnie was just for the final one. Maybe Golden Freddy did the other ones.
Someone used it.
Alright, wait. If Golden Freddy did the other ones, we gotta turn it backward. No, I'm not doing it.
No, none of them are acting right.
The Golden Freddy killer struck again. The final death minigame also supports this. You, as Freddy, must walk through an exact replica of the building. Animatronics.
Ooh, actually, I think you're Toy Freddy, because you can go over there and see the wizards, but you can also go and see the toys. So I just think you're just like a random... I think you're the one guy from the Into the Pit Files, you know, the Waffle Freddy, the one that works at the Waffle House.
All in their proper places, seeing the 5 dead children spread out through the various rooms. And based on what Phone Guy says, it seems like the guilty party was the former night guard, the one who moved to day shift and the one your character replaced. I mean, Phone Guy makes plenty of uncomfortable references to suddenly having an available position during the day.
When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. The position just became available.
Bite of 87. It wasn't in 1987. Well, it was, but it wasn't Jeremy. It was someone else. Someone random.
We don't have a replacement.
Oh yeah, also, additionally, in FNAF 1, Phone Guy says, oh, it's amazing that a human body can live without the frontal lobe. So in like FNAF 4 Kid, the guy survived. I think he was in the week before novel. Oh yeah, also Phone Guy gets a name and it's so basic. I was gonna make a short about it with the one Minecraft audio with the I am Steve, because his name is so basic. It's Ralph. Isn't that name so basic for like someone as amazing as Phone Guy? Anyways, I still like the name, but I think they did it. I think they had Jeremy Fitzgerald in the book, but like not in the book, but like they talked to him. I think at least I heard from The one guy, is it Johnny the Night Guard? Something like that. Anyway, so yeah, he was in the book, but he has permanent brain damage. He can't talk. He's disabled. Never works at Freddy's again. He's done. He's done. Done.
For your ship yet, but we're working on it.
But is the Purple Man really someone we've never met and who's only worked there a week? Or is it someone we trust? Someone with a long history with these characters? Someone no one would suspect? The head guard. The one forced to fill empty positions and teach new recruits by leaving them instructions over the
No way you're saying what I think you're saying.
phone. Is the Purple Man the phone guy?
Nah, man, maybe the newer one from Into the Pit. Ain't no way you're saying that my phone guy is out there killing children.
Ask yourself this. What do we really know about phone guy?
We know that he's the GOAT. Not a GOAT. I'm a GOAT, but he's the GOAT.
Let's look at what he says. First, he always speaks like an outsider looking in. He refers to the management of the...
Well, yeah, because he's the manager of the company at the time. Well, yeah, he was demoted from the founder of the company to the CEO in FNAF 3. Then he was demoted from the CEO to just a manager of this one location. Then he was demoted from the manager to security guard. And if he lived for any longer, he'd probably be demoted to a janitor, to be honest. Then fired.
Company as they. So he's not a higher up like the CEO or even a manager.
No, that's quite literally what he is. Guys, you obviously can't hear this because my audio quality is kind of bad, but why is there an ice cream outside in late September? You might be able to hear it now, actually. Nope, you can't. Well, I don't know why they're selling ice creams. Oh, nope, it's back. Do you guys hear it? It was the ice cream truck. Anyways, we're like an hour in and we're not even done the second video. This is a crazy adventure, guys.
He's also not a typical day worker, as he says things like the employees and the staff. So he works there, but isn't generally considered a regular member of the company. We also know that he's qualified to take the role of a night guard. As we learn, he plans to take over the position sometime after night 6, and is on his way out of the position by the time the first game starts.
For now, just make it through the night. When the play
Wait, he said he's gonna take the night shift himself. So does that mean that we're playing as phone guy in night 7?
eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself.
Oh no, once it opens.
Actually worked in that office before you.
Oh, that actually makes sense, because he would have moved to the night shift when it reopened a location.
Finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact.
What else do we know? Well, we know that the phone guy has a long history with the company, being with it at least since the first pizzeria that we haven't played in.
Honestly, I think he's been there since, like, Fall Fest.
He also openly admits that Foxy the Pirate was always his favorite, and that he has never liked the puppet because...
When is Foxy's not someone's favorite? He's like a fan favorite character. And the puppet just looks creepy.
As he says, it was all...
You know what? Next correction. Phone guy is not the purple guy. Don't disrespect him. You know what? Actually, I'm done trying to see if these theories match with the new lore. We are going to be defending phone guy in court. Let's go.
He's thinking.
Yeah, I told you you wouldn't have any problems. Did, Foxy ever repair the hallway?
That was just trying to make sure that the employee was doing all right.
Probably not. I was just curious.
Exactly. You have it all down in recording. He's innocent.
He said he was always my favorite.
He's just an objective opinion.
I'll be honest. I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking that I can go anywhere.
That is kind of suspicious because, you know, Has the database... Wait, no, I'm supposed to be defending him. I forgot there's court. Okay, anyways. Also, objection, I would like to sue the puppet for making me sick.
Okay, but what do we know about the Purple Guy, the Golden Freddy Killer? Well, let's
Correction. Spring Bonnie.
look at the minigames again. He has a long history with the franchise, killing since it was Fredbear Diner. We see him smiling as he watches Foxy perform, Phone Guy's favorite.
He's smiling at the dead kids. Do not try to paint Phone Guy as a bad person.
Right before Foxy sees the room of dead children. We know that the puppet and the killer wouldn't get along, which would explain Phone Guy's discomfort around a
Nobody liked the puppet. Nobody liked the puppet. The ice cream truck is still going. But no, look at this face. Would you like this in your room at 3 a.m.? Look at that smile. Looks like catnap. I don't like puppy playtime. I probably will never play it on this channel. Ew, what's that hole? What is that? I think that the puppet is Purple Guy. To be continued. Actually, no, we're not finishing this episode.
creature that he describes as always thinking. And here's the bombshell. We know the killer is a security guard. How? On very rare occasions during the Save Them minigame, while Freddy chases the puppet, the Purple Man appears and chases you. Look on his chest. It's an orange badge, the kind that would be given to a security guard. Now look at his eyes. Notice the white spots? An odd, seemingly innocuous detail. But now look at Golden Freddy. Look deep into his dead,
That's the dead soul.
vacant eyes. What do you see? Two white spots.
People's eyes are naturally white.
Pricks.
No hate to MatPat here, but man, don't try to discredit Phone Guy like that. Like, you went from blaming the player to blaming Phone Guy? Like, what's next? The next you're gonna blame Purple Guy.
Early Disney. They're there. And now finally, what do we see in Purple Guy's hand? Well, the Atari graphics make it
That's his hand. He just has claw hands, man. He just has claw hands.
tough to discern. It's not like any gun or knife I've seen.
Is it a pipe? Does this guy smoke? It could be a pipe, you know, like the thing where like you put it in, you know.
Now, that to me is very clearly a phone. The robotic voice is spelling out for you, save them, save them. But when Purple Guy, Phone Guy, catches you, the screen crashes and all you're left with is, you can't. But that's not where it ends, Internet. As you and I both know, there's still Five Nights at Freddy's 1. If this game is last in line and the puppet is truly pulling the strings behind all of this, you might be asking yourself where he is in Five Nights.
She's in the minigames. But the thing is, I think that the little minigames in between is literally just Phone Guy slowly dying in the suit. Because he said that he's going to hold out till someone checks. And he knows about these suits. In FNAF 3, we know he knows how to use the spring lock. So maybe he was able to, like, pry the bars off long enough to just survive for an entire week. Like his eyes, he's blind. He can't see. Skin's leathery and his face is ripped off. He's bleeding. His muscles are attached to the side of the face. Can't breathe. His muscles are destroyed. His veins are bleeding out. And, you know, that she just slowly dying throughout the week. Respect to him, man. That's probably one of the worst ways to go out.
One, we know the other animatronics got scrapped, but this ghostly guy should still be around if this timeline I proposed is correct. And get this, the puppet is in the first game. Take a look at the east hallway. Seems pretty normal, right? But
Oh, I thought he was gonna bring up the little minigames.
every so often, the posters on the walls change to this, a crying child.
In FNAF 3, we know that there's crying children too, so it's not just for the puppet. Listen, I really do need to cut him some slack, though, because, like, how is he supposed to know this? But, like, seriously, we are comparing this to what we know now. So, we know that we got a lot more evidence over the years. Oh, yeah, also, fun fact, Scott Cawthon didn't tell Steelwood the lore, so they just made up as they went along. So you could probably argue that everything After Help Wanted isn't real. Just putting it out there. Which would be the fact that FNAF Help Wanted was the last game in the series, and was also the game that concluded that everything was a game within the game. So, like, there was no other games canonically after that to disprove that like we have now. So, like, that would canonically mean that these are all games, which is arguably worse than Dream Theory, but, like, hey, I'm just putting it out there, man. Just putting it out there.
Reading lines down his face. Look familiar? It should. The Five Nights at Freddy's series is about vengeance. 1 child, 6 children, more. Looking for revenge against a sick child killer. The purple guy. The guy who just so happens to be the first voice you hear.
'Cause somebody purple murdered me. The Purple Man?
In turning on these games. Save them. Save them. You can't. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Make sure you wind that music box by clicking the subscribe button. Otherwise, the puppet might get you. Click it.
Let me see.
Click it.
Oh, no, mommy,
Guess you were safe after all. It's almost the holiday break. You know what I like to do during this
Alright.
time?
Let's see how long we've been recording. I just want to see how long. Hey guys, yep. I underestimated how long this was take. I was planning to finish all 5 of these today. But just like this video, we gonna have to split into 2 parts. Sorry, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.